I have lost my way. Almost hate to admit it too. You can tell by the videos slowed down, stuff like that. I've been feeling kind of weird for about a month now. Something's off, something's wrong. A little depressed, a little quieter, just not moving fast. I had to figure out what that is. Sometimes you just gotta go for a good ride to clear your mind. It's not about not being where I want to be or anything like that. It's not about not having what I want. It's something different. It's like being stuck or not moving. Things aren't moving forward the way I want them to. Everything is moving a lot slower. The opportunities aren't all there. But that's when we're supposed to work our hardest. Really buckle down and go for it. But I had to figure out what was wrong and what was bothering me. It's almost feeling like a feeling of being left behind, like I'm not advancing as much as I want to be. Not losing ground, not going deeper in a hole, not going back at all, not backtracking, not having to redo anything, just not moving. It's time to thin out the herd. Time to get rid of a few things that I don't need. As you can see, there's been a huge change in the garage. I did a bunch of renovations, stuff like, well, not renovations, but cleared it out, cleaned it up, made things a lot different. I threw out a lot of stuff that I don't need, and that made me feel a lot better. There's still tons of stuff in the way, but we'll go through that eventually. So there's something about the bigger picture, something that I couldn't figure out, was bugging me, making me feel down, depressed. One day after cleaning the garage up and stuff, I was in a weird mood and I was tired, and I looked around at all the cars, and like, I'm blessed. I worked hard for these cars, but I'm lucky enough to be able to work for them, to have 2 legs to stand on, 2 arms to work, so I can do stuff to make money and do these things. A lot of people don't have that opportunity, and I gotta be grateful for just that alone. Just to be healthy enough to be here talking to a camera so that you guys can see it is a major, major thing. And so I believe that for those of us who are blessed with things like this, we shouldn't waste it. We should just go for it, chase your dream, do what makes you happy. After I was done cleaning the garage, I looked around and I basically asked myself, why? Why am I doing this? Why all the cars? Why this car? Why that car? Why the black Rx7 underneath the cover back there? Why the 240 that's at Jay's? And for most of those, for all of those, I had a good answer. Something that made sense to me, something that was logic, valid, and appropriate. Everything except for that. The Rx7. Its purpose in my plan, in my life, in everything, and it's just to look good. It's a rotary, and rotary is new to me, so I'm not really good at it at all. I can drive the car, but I can drive anything. I don't even fit in the car. I had to put aftermarket seats and steering wheel just so I can get in and out of it. That is not fun, not comfy. Like driving around when my head's hitting the roof. I'm 6'2", and that car is not made for big guys. I'm pretty heavy too. I look ridiculous sitting in that car. So as I'm asking myself this, and I can't find a logic reason for having that car in part of my big plan, I started thinking again, it's time to let it go. This happened last year too. I was gonna sell it in the spring. If you go back and look at my vlogs, you can see that I was really contemplating selling it. But this year, when I was looking over everything that I had to do and stuff I wanted to get ready for the season, everything when it came to that car just seemed to hinder my plans, I guess. Does that make sense? Everything for that car just seemed like it was gonna be a lot of work and really more of a pain in the ass than anything. There's problems, there's things that are wrong with it. I made an analogy on Facebook the other day. If you guys follow me, you read it probably. But basically, it's like dating a really hot girl just because you like the way she looks, and then taking her out on dates to show off and just hoping and praying that she doesn't do anything to embarrass you in public. That's what it's like. They say they're not reliable. The engine, everything reliable. It was built by a good dude. The engine's not the problem. It's the electronics and it's other stuff it's an old car. It's over 20 years old, so it's gonna happen, right? But in the end, basically, it's time for a change. That car I've decided to let it go. That's it. This is the end of the Rx7 days. I started these vlogs with that car basically. My brother helped me pick it up and stuff, but it's, at the end of the day, it was an experience, it was fun. I spent a lot of money. I'm gonna lose a lot of money by selling this car or parting it out or whatever I decide to do. Those are my two options, by the way. I'm either gonna sell it or I'm gonna part it out. It's official as of now. Time for the next step, the next phase. I got plans, and my plans don't include that car. It includes other cars, some really fast cars, but not that car. So it's not that I don't like the car. I love the car, I absolutely love the car. I think the Rx7 is one of the nicest cars ever. But again, back to the analogy about it being like a really hot chick or something. It's like dating a girl that you've had a crush on for years and years, only to find out that she's not everything you hoped her to be. You basically pumped her up and put her on a pedestal in your head and shit didn't work. That, or how they say never meet your heroes. Like you could idolize somebody and think he's the coolest dude ever, actor, whatever it is, singer, and then meet him and find out he's a total f***ing douchebag. Same kind of thing, right? Now that I've had it, I've experienced it, I've been there. I had an FC years and years ago, and it basically turned out the same thing. Like I had fun with it, drove it around a little bit, took it out, drifted it, and then just kind of faded away. So that's it for the Rx7. So now my lineup is gonna have the 240 for drifting and the 86 for every day, and then this baby right here. That's gonna be my main focus. One of the things that I wanna work on this year especially is finishing things that I started. And I started this car at the beginning of the vlogs last year, like 20, and I never finished it because I started drifting the Rx7. I got carried away with stuff like that. The Rx7 actually was a huge distraction from any kinds of plans that I had. So number one on my list, with some help from some good friends, is getting the Acadian back on the road. And I was gonna do it with a 3-speed automatic set up with one of them cool shifters you drag race guys use with that, I gotta shift it valve system in the tranny. Anyways, I talked with some good guys, some good friends that are really, really into cars, and they've known me for a long time. And at the end of the day, I have to make this car my style. So it's getting a manual transmission. It's gonna go big V8. I'm not gonna go LS right away. I'm gonna go back old school, and there's a reason for that I'll get into later. It has something to do with the Project 253, because Project 253 is all about learning and building and becoming stronger with your car, with your team, with your friends, your crew, your driving skill, all that stuff. That was the main goal for this channel when it first started. So now I want to really work on that stuff. My buddies are getting their cars done. They're doing an amazing job. Every day they become better mechanics, body men, sound system guys. We're advancing, we're doing things, we're getting better. I have to finish this. Seeing that this car was also, it belonged to my grandfather, then my uncle, and now it's mine. It's pretty important. So I just want to make it something that suits me, that I'm proud of, and it's gonna be all rock and roll after that. This here is it's the daily, but now when I go to meets and shows, I guess it's gonna be this. Because the 240 is not plated for the street, nor will it be. I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna go nuts with it as a track car, and it's gonna be freaking awesome. Driving is more than just driving for me. I eventually one day want to replace the 240 drift car with one of these, set up with a big V8 in it, Chevy V8. Maybe I'll have LS's and everything by then. Sounds good? Sounds good. So now that we have a little tiny bit of direction, I'm just gonna get my shit together and go from here. We've got a lot to do this summer, so hang in there, bear with me. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for listening. Peace.